Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to my video. So we are going to be talking about Mercedes-Benz's and Limp Mode or Limp Home Mode. All right, and how to get it out of Limp Mode so you guys can get back home or get to wherever you need to get to get it fixed. So basically, Mercedes car limp mode is essentially indicated by a check engine warning light, which activates when an issue erupts within the vehicle. If an error in the transmission causes the vehicle to jump into third gear and remain stuck in that position, you essentially have a case where your car is in limp mode. So basically, if your car begins to drag at low speed with lowered power, insufficient power, regardless of you having your foot on the accelerator, your car is probably in limp mode, maybe due to a serious mechanic issue, maybe not. So what exactly does Mercedes-Benz limp mode mean? So Mercedes limp home mode is meant to serve as an indicator that problems exist with either the transmission or the sensors or computer module that is in your car. Mercedes limp mode, you guys should not panic if your car is in that mode, but it should serve as a warning that your vehicle needs to be looked at, inspected, or have whatever it is that causes it fixed. So here are the models that actually have this limp mode: the Mercedes C-Class, Mercedes A-Class, Mercedes ML Class, and Mercedes Sprinter vans. So basically, a logical error in the computer system of your car can trigger limp mode. When limp mode first occurs, what happens is you're gonna get a flashing check engine light. So basically, if you guys need to diagnose a problem, and the best way to diagnose the problem is with an OBD2 scanner to check for any codes that might occur. If the signal shifts for if a signal in any of the sensors are off, the vehicle might be too difficult to drive with full transmission capacity. Essentially what happens is, if the car senses that there might be some issues with the sensors or any component in your vehicle, it's not going to allow you to drive it normally. All right. Therefore, the computer shifts the vehicle into a lowered state or a survival state where the shifting capacities are curtailed and the gear is restricted to second or third. So basically what this does, it safeguards the clutches from damage. So for these reasons, the state the computer imposes on your car is known as limp mode, because it pretty much prevents you from driving the vehicle normally. It restricts the car to a barely drivable state, which essentially forces you off to get off the roadways and get your car serviced. So you're gonna want to know whether it's safe to drive your car in limp mode, and that's a pretty good question. The answer is both yes and no. While you can drive your car when it goes in a limp mode, it's probably not safe to do so, because you're not gonna be able to get your car up to a certain speed. But if you're on a street where you actually can drive it at a lower speed, you might be able to get away with that. The purpose of limp mode is essentially to limit the vehicle from certain driving conditions that would it renders it from driving normally, obviously, so that you can't actually go over a certain speed. I mean, normally that speed you can't go over, maybe above like 20 miles per hour. So basically, when limp mode activates, the safest thing to do is to park your car and have it towed. But there's a caveat to that. If you're in a situation where you're actually needed to get it out of limp mode, there's a way you can do that, and I'm going to tell you guys how to do that. But before I do that, let's go over a couple of things as far as why it goes into limp mode. And it can be caused by a bunch of things, and anything from failed sensors to severed electronic contacts. And limp mode can cause ignition problems. It can cause failed brake lights. It can cause improper cranking and unresponsive control switches. But since I have that out of the way, here's how you guys can get your car out of limp mode. All right, first of all, what you're gonna do if you guys are driving on the road and out of nowhere, most of the time if you guys are in limp mode, you guys will probably driving in pretty moderate high speeds. All right, what you're gonna do is you're gonna pull over. All right, your car's still gonna be able to drive, but it'll be driving at 20 miles per hour at most, even if you have the accelerator floored. If you have your accelerator all the way down to the floor of your car. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna pull over. All right, you're gonna pull over, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna turn off your ignition. All right, and you can wait anywhere from 20 seconds to a couple of minutes to 10 minutes. All right, because it could be caused by a variety of things. All right, it's caused by low fluid levels, low transmission fluid levels, and you need to fill it up. It'll probably be out of limp mode when you turn on after about 10-15 minutes, where the transmission fluid has cooled down, and then it'll be in limp mode again as soon as that transmission fluid gets warmed up, or your computer realizes that the transmission fluid is below a certain level. But you can pretty much get it out of limp mode by just parking it for anywhere from 20 seconds to 10-15 minutes. Turn it back on, it'll be out of limp mode, and you guys can drive it to wherever you need to get. But for the most part, you guys probably should, get it back home and park it or whatever, or have somebody check out the check engine light to see what the codes are as far as the codes that's in the system. All right, for the most part, whatever is causing a limp mode will generate a code, and that code will tell you exactly what's causing a limp mode. Basically, you do not want to prolong driving it like that, because the longer you drive it like that, there's a good chance that whatever that's malfunctioning that's causing the limp mode will cause a lot more serious damage to your Mercedes-Benz if you keep on driving it that way. But hopefully this has helped you guys out as far as this video is concerned. You guys figure out, now you guys know what limp mode is and how to get out of limp mode. Definitely, if you guys have your own personal opinion about your Benz getting into limp mode and your own personal experiences as far as you know, what the issue was, how'd you got out of limp mode, etc., what you had to do as far as fixing the situation. Definitely leave a comment in the comment section. Please subscribe. Please give me a thumbs up. All that good stuff. All right, guys. Take care.